Today we are going to continue working with multiplying and dividing decimals with a focus of dividing decimals and using the power of 10. I want you to go right now, go get your paper and your pencil and do these along with me. This is very important as practice makes perfect, and in the classroom I would have you doing this on a whiteboard as well. So yesterday we looked at doing multiplying by powers of 10. So one of our rules was that when we're doing these, when we're multiplying, we are moving our decimal to the right by the number of zeros or the number of exponents to make our number larger as we go along. So for this one, we can move this over here. It becomes 36 and 5/10. This one, we're going to move it twice to the right, 1, 2, which becomes 365. I can already tell you this one is 3,650 because I have to move it 3 places, which is 1, 2, 3. I'm going to add my 0 in there, which gives me that. This is super important to be kind of thinking of why we're doing it, not just doing it. Now, going into division, instead of going to the right with that decimal, we're now going to go to the left. How many times am I going to go to the left? 1, because I have 1 0. I'm going to move this over, and that becomes 0 and 365 thousandths. Now, I have to move it over twice, but here I have nowhere else to move it. I'm actually going to move it over one more, and I'm going to add a 0 in that place value, in the tenths place value. So 0, 0, 3, 6, 5, which is actually 365 10,000ths, which you don't even need to know about in grade 5, but why not? This one we're going to move over 3 places. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, put my decimal there, and I need to fill in the hundredths and the tenths with zeros. So 0.00365, which gives me 365 100,000ths. Okay. Let's review exponents. Exponents tells me how many times a number is going to be multiplied by itself. And remember, we said that this one doesn't really mean much. It just means we're multiplying it by 10. It's just the number 10 itself. When we multiply, we move to the right. That gives me 457 and 2/10. This one, I'm going to move it over twice, 1, 2, which gives me 4,572. This time I'm going to move it over 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to fill in the ones place value with a 0, which gives me 45720, which is 45,720. And this time I'm going to move it over 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fill in the tens and the ones place value. So that would give me 0 ones, 0 tens, 2 hundreds, 7 thousands, 5 10,000s, and 4 100,000s. So 457,200, and no decimals anymore in that final number. The same thing goes with dividing exponents, only we're moving that decimal point now to the left, and we're filling in anything that is after that with zeros. So this one, we're just going to move it over the 1 time, which gives me 572 thousandths. This time we're going to move that over twice, 1, 2. I don't have to add any zeros in there. 4,572, which gives me 4,572 10,000ths. This one I'm going to move over 3, 1, 2, 3. I now need to fill in that 10th spot with a 0, 0.0572, which, oh my goodness, this gets complicated. 472 10,000ths. Something's wrong here. I know what I did wrong. There's something wrong. We'll go back and fix that. Okay, here we go. Let's do that one over again. That gives me 0.04572, same digits for these last 4, which gives me 4,572 hundred thousandths. Geesh, here we go. Okay, This one we're going to move over 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which means I need a 0 in the tenths and the 0 in the hundredths. And there is my final number. Now, onto this page here. I would like to go over some rules. So first of all, our exponents, and this is kind of a review of what they mean from our lesson yesterday. It means that we're multiplying that number by itself that many times. So for this one here, we're not multiplying it by itself once. This would be multiplying by itself twice. Okay, so just to clarify that. I would like you to go and do these on a sheet of paper on your own. I want you to pause it, and then my next slide is going to have the answer. So the dividing decimals rule. The decimal moves to the left. So it's going to go this way. You move the decimal the amount of zeros or the exponent numbers. So how many zeros and how many exponent numbers? You also need to remember that if you've, let's say we go 46 times that, divide that by, we'll do divided by, let's erase all of that. If you divide that by 10 to the 4th power, when we move that over 1, 2, 3, 4, we need to fill this in with the place values, so the tenths and the hundredths. So that would equal, holy cow, that's a very big decimal number. That means almost nothing. So if you look at that as a fraction of a whole, that is a very, very, very small fraction of a whole. So I want you to go through and try these on your own, then look at the next slide. So stop right now, stop. No, stop it, stop. Okay, so here are your answers. I'm not gonna go over these, you can look them over. If you have any questions, you can meet me on Zoom, or we can make a Google Meet time to do that. Make sure that you're paying attention to these. Mark your own work and then go do today's work, and we'll talk to you later. All right.